Today's discussion is a piece of information that I came across a few weeks ago, but never covered, and I'm surprised that this actually flew under the radar the way it did. But in case you didn't know, just a little over 2 weeks ago, San Francisco supervisor Shamann Walton requested $50 million to create an Office of Reparations. I'm going to repeat that again. He requested $50 million to create an Office of Reparations. Now, maybe I'm doing a little bit too much, and maybe I'm just overthinking things. But why does this feel like that this $50 million request to create an Office of Reparations is nothing more than a ploy to put money in the pockets of everyone else but the descendants of American slavery? It's amazing to me how from the NAACP to San Francisco lawmakers, millions of dollars are being thrown around to fight for reparations, yet none of them can guarantee you reparations. Remember, just because people are so-called fighting for reparations, there is absolutely no guarantee that it's actually going to happen. And to the degree that it does happen, there is no guarantee that it will be in the form of cash payments. Remember, in Evanston, Illinois, their form of so-called reparations was nothing more than a low-income home buyers program / home repair program. These are programs that already exist all over the country, yet these politicians, depending on the city you live in, are requesting and securing tens of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars to repurpose low-income programs that already exist as reparations. Evanston's reparations take the form of grants of $25,000, which can only be used for house repairs, to pay down a mortgage, or as a down payment on a house. Those stipulations mean the pool of eligible residents is small. Just over 120 applied in the first round. Ladies and gentlemen, just about every city has a program like that. But in Evanston, Illinois, they're calling it reparations. Now, remember the story that I covered 2 weeks ago when the NAACP received their $50 million donation from Wells Fargo? On their very website, they told you that they're going to split that money up amongst themselves within the organization first. And then whatever is left over, we'll figure it out from there. And to be honest, to me, in my opinion, this $50 million to create an Office of Reparations is feeling like the same thing. Now let's watch the video footage of Mr. Walton's request.
Our first intro today, I want to first start off by thanking the entire Board of Supervisors for not only supporting reparations unanimously, but also for going on record in support of the Black community. The only way to rectify the wrongs of the past is to create tangible solutions, and this board gets it and is committed to that very fact. I also want to thank the entire Black community and our allies for coming out to support the work of the Reparations Task Force and for standing up and fighting for what's right. And of course, thanks to my entire District 10 team for all of their work, Natalie, Percy, Tracy, and Lindsay. Now it's time for us to demonstrate our true commitment by moving forward with resources to prepare for receiving the final plan from the African American Reparations and Advisory Committee. I first attempted to redirect funds and budget and appropriations to save a little money for the city, and I know the committee did not want to redirect funds from the proposed police supplemental to support reparations. So today I'm here asking again for my colleagues to support a supplemental appropriation for $50 million in order to establish the Office of Reparations and to implement approved recommendations in this fiscal year. The supplemental will specifically be for reparations only, and it will guarantee money in this budget cycle, as the final report will receive very soon, to set up an Office of Reparations, which is already a recommendation. It will also fund some of the reparations recommendations after receiving the final report, and this board makes a decision on what to fund.
Quote, it will also fund some of the reparations recommendations after receiving the final report. End quote. That is highly suspicious and highly problematic because he doesn't have the final report yet. So how are you already collecting money that's going to go to said programs, which is what it honestly sounds like, yet you don't even know what the programs are that you're collecting money for. Now, for the moment, everyone please suspend the thought of cash payments, okay? Let's put that to the side for now and really take in the fact that this man is talking about collecting millions of dollars for possible reparations programs that do not exist yet. And even worse, remember, that's the leftover money. The bulk of the money is going to go to setting up the Office of Reparations, and whatever is left over will be going to these phantom programs that do not exist yet because the final report hasn't been written and submitted yet. Now, like I said earlier, maybe I'm just overthinking things. Maybe I'm just doing too much and I'm being way too overcritical. That is possible. But to me, in my opinion, this feels like BS. Because if you're going to throw around numbers that large, then you need to be able to immediately deliver a detailed breakdown of where all the money is precisely going and will be allocated to and for what. And of course, surprise, surprise, he doesn't do that.
It will provide funds to create a database to start storing and vetting eligibility for reparations for final eligibility requirements.
You have to ask the question, how much does it actually cost to do that? Now, I'm not saying that it is inexpensive, but how much? Details like that should be read off to you, because if you know enough to know that you need $50 million, then you should know precisely where the money is going and how much it will cost to run said areas of this Office of Reparations. You should be able to tell me that for a budget request that large.
It will also provide resources for staffing and initial creation of the Office of Reparation, and the work for that would start pretty much almost immediately upon approval. Along with the supplemental proposal, I'm also formally requesting legislation from the City Attorney's Office to create an Office of Reparations housed under the Human Rights Commission. I want to thank my co-sponsors, Supervisor Preston and Supervisor Ronan, for solidifying their commitment to ensuring that reparations are received for Black San Franciscans, and I hope to have everyone's support on this board.
This man, Shamann Walton, didn't say anything. He requested $50 million and then turned around and said, "Hey, don't trip, bro, I got you. Don't even worry about where the money going and how it's going to be spent. Bro, trust me, for real, I got you. Don't worry about it." Unbelievable. So we'll see how all this pans out. Hopefully I'm wrong about everything that I just stated, but only time will tell. And with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. All social media links will be pinned in the comment section below. I also have a Telegram group now, so if you have Telegram, make sure to hit the link in the description box below as well as pinned in the comment section to join my Telegram group. And also, please make sure you text tdhiphop to number 33222. That's tdhiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as an insurance plan for myself, so in case YouTube ever gives me the axe, I'll be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the #1 way you can show your support is through Patreon. For only $3 a month, that will help put me in position to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is not to grow big on YouTube, but to grow independent of YouTube. And for those of you who have issues with joining Patreon, you can also hit the join button that's next to the subscribe button, and that way you can become an official channel member for as little as $3 a month as well. And lastly, if you haven't already, please make sure you join the emailing list. There is no way that I can go independent of YouTube if I cannot take the audience with me. And the link to that will be pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you for your time, and until the next video, peace.